All right, thank you. Have a good day. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeting the program. Targeting the experience. So I got a seat on the bus, and as the bus was halfway coming down this block right here, was a female, an European female sitting next to me, and she pressed her elbow. Actually, not even press her elbow. She literally used her elbow to hit me on the side of my waist. Right now, also my sister did the same thing this morning. I was washing dishes and she walked by and did the exact same thing also. Okay. So, you know, like I said, they do these things, right? They do these things. So why would they do that? Why would they dig their elbow into my waist? You see, one of the things that they'll do, like I said, whenever they'll send certain subliminal message, and I talk about that. These are subtle form of threats. That's what that is. These are physical, not physical. You know, they're physically assaulting you, but it's more passive aggressive, right? But it leads to a bigger type of subliminal message. And I talk about how, again, using my sister to send me a subliminal message if I leave the house, be assassinated, all this bullshit. So all that is part of it. And here the New York Predator Department using the sirens. I'm not sure if you guys will hear it, but I heard it. And you know, so when I talk about these things, there's a reason, like I said, that my purpose is greater than theirs, and I'm going to expose them. And this is how they get rid of those within the communities who they see as a threat. They come up with all kinds of schemes, right? And as black people, we don't recognize or understand how to recognize or know how to recognize our leaders. Homeless guy again. Look, I haven't seen this guy in so long, right? So what do I haven't seen him in so long, but you know, it's all the same theme over and over again, right? As part of the corrective persuasion program, right? Is the homeless thing, right? That's what they do.
You want to make money? You want to make money?
That's okay. That's all an act. That is all an act. That is all an act. So why you asking the homeless dude for cigarettes, and then asking him if you want to make money, right? Again, think about it. Think about it. Maybe you know what? You could have sent him to the store. That's what they do. See, this is the shit that we do, man.
We don't pay.
You know, get your lazy ass up and go to the store. Right? If you want to give him money out your pocket, give him money out your pocket. You know, see what I'm saying? There's a difference in how we are raised, particularly in our community. You know, because we don't want to go to the store. You know, it's like shit that we do with our kids. Hey, go to the store. You know, our kids might be like, I don't want to, this and that. You go to the store, I'll give you $5. You know, so it's that sort of mindset. Instead of training our kids so that they want to go to the store, because, you know, you're not giving, you know, it's like, you know, so let's look at the psychological meaning of that, right? It's what is called operant condition, B.F. Skinner. Operant condition. And Dr. Amos Wilson was just talking, oh, yeah, I know. You heard the car horn? So for the entire week that I've come over here, there have been these gloves, this black latex gloves, right here. You know, and the building has a super, and usually, you know, even the tenants are pretty good at picking up stuff like that from there, but they'll leave it there because again, it's this sort of subliminal message they love to send. But anyhow, so B.F. Skinner talked about he coined what is called operant conditioning. It's a psychological, behavioral control psychological mechanism in which reward and punishment are given to an individual or group of people, right? So and they do it to us as black people. This white society operates on a socio-psychopathic level when it comes to dealing with us or interacting with us, right? And so this is what happens when you have when another group of people control all of the resources that you as a people need, right? It's how narcissistic personality traits are developed within the society, within the individual. So for example, if a man is making all this money, he has a wife, he will, and not all of them, right? But some of them will try to use his socioeconomic status as a mechanism to control his wife or his girlfriend, what have you, right? And that's the dynamic. But that's just part of society. Particularly even more rampant today is that we are also, and have been also, it's like in the days of slavery, oh, you're a good slave, here's a reward, here's extra food, right? But what B.F. Skinner did was that he coined it operating condition because they understood what it does. He began to understand what that does to the individual, right? So for black people, acting a fool, created, they promote, certain types of lyrics over other types of lyrics. So the negative lyrics are the reality, the other aspect of our reality, which they call negative lyrics. That's more rewarded. Whereas opposed to those who are speaking on the more positive aspect of our experience, is not rewarded. So what that does is that now young people see that the more they create lyrics of the negative experience of the negative aspect of their experience, they know that there's a great chance that they'll be rewarded. And if they try to create positive lyrics on their positive experience, right, aspect of their experience, then they're not going to be rewarded. So they're more inclined to create what? Negative lyrics. That's part of operant conditioning. So not only do they reward bad behavior, but it's only temporary. You remember also, as Dr. Amos Wilson says, that is meant to create what? A backwards mindset, a negative mindset in which you believe in your mind that being negative will yield positive results, meaning monetary results, right? Money. So understand the psychology of what it is that they do. And then we in turn, unknowingly internalize these things because again, it is embedded in our psyche. So there's no, unless we are conscious of it. But if you're not conscious of it, we're going to internalize it. And then guess what? We do it to our children. So here's the thing I don't do. I don't send my kids to do something, I give them money. I don't do that. Right? I give them things and money based on the necessity of it, based on whether I want to give it to them or not, but also based on their positive behaviors, right? Not on the fact that if I ask them to do something and they do it, that I'm going to reward them, right? At least not in the sense that how a lot of us use it. So for example, if they watched it, you might give them a chore to do. Say, listen, if you do the chores every week, you will that's teaching them how to work, right? So it's a difference. But if they don't want to go to the store, you don't reward them by saying, okay, if you go to the store, I'll give you money. You don't do that. You should be raising children that when they get to a certain age, they want to go to the store for you. When you ask them to go to the store, no problem. As long as within a reasonable hours during the day, you know what I'm saying? And depending also on how old your child is or your children are. So like I said, we have to think about these things because we have to understand how shaping the mindset of our children and not shaping it in certain ways will be beneficial to them. And that shaping it in certain ways will also be detrimental to them. All right? So with that being said, talk to you guys next week.